Well, if you've been watching my videos lately, you will have seen that the next video online is to fix this door. And this door is sagging just a little bit. This is a slick kind of lock. When you close it, you have to lift this up, and there's a throw pin on the side of the door here at the top and at the bottom before you can throw the deadbolt. So as you close the door, you can't throw the deadbolt until you lift the handle up and it throws the pins in. Well, what's happening is when I lift this up, it's not throwing the pin in there because the door is slightly sagging. So how am I going to fix that? Want to learn how to do that? Stick around. Now the way I'm going to do that, this is an 8-foot door. I've got 4 hinges on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suck this hinge, the 3rd hinge and the 4th hinge closer to the wall here. There's a stud in there behind the sheetrock, behind the door jamb, and so I've got to prop this door out, undo the hinge on both sides, and then I'm going to drill holes in there and put long screws in behind the hinge, right in through the door jamb into the 2x4, and that's going to push that over. Then I can flop the hinge back, put it in, and theory has it that's going to raise this just a little bit. This is installed with shims behind the door jamb, and there's going to be just a little bit of a give to where I'm hoping that when I put some long 3-inch screws behind the hinges, that it's going to suck it over. It only has to suck over just a little bit, and it's going to take this door and it's going to lift it up. That's what I'm going to do now. The trick here is before I take the hinges out, I don't want to take the hinges out until I prop the bottom of the door up, because when I take the top hinges out, this door is going to sag. Then it's going to be difficult for me to re-screw it in later. Okay, so because I have a big gap here, I'm going to put my hammer here, and I've got a cat's paw, and I can push that underneath that like that. If you're concerned about the floor, I could have put a putty knife down there like that. Okay, I've got enough pressure on that. I guess I want the door open as far as possible too. Slide it over a little bit further because I need all the room I can get. Okay, I'm up against the table there. I think that's good right there. Okay, that looks pretty strong. Okay, now I can undo the hinges. I've got a 12-volt battery operated drill, and usually I've got an 18-volt. This one I'm hoping is going to be strong enough. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is take this hinge, loosen this up, take it out. Now see, it looks like somebody tried to use a long screw and suck it in to the door jamb, but you know, when you do something like that, it's only going to suck in so far because you're trying to suck this whole hinge into it. I'll still use those screws later. See, now I can pull that back like that. And I've got a small drill bit. I'm going to try to put it out as far as I can. I don't want to shove it in too far because I want the full length out here. Now I'm going to drill a hole right down in here, and this is going to go into the 2x4. Okay? Do it up here too. See, if I had the door open further, I could get my drill in there easier, but I'm hitting up against this hinge. These hinges are slightly different than normal door hinges, but it'll work. Are you seeing everything, Miss Camerawoman?
Yep.
Now I can use long screws. These are like 3-inch sheetrock screws, coarse threads. You want to use coarse threads, not the fine threads, okay? Coarse threads are for wood, fine threads are for sheet metal studs. Alright. Let's see, that is pushing this door jamb in just a little bit, I could tell. Right there. I can back it off and do it again. I had this charged up all night too, and I think it's okay. Now I can put that right back where it was. And it fits exactly there because I have the door propped up. I can use the same screws. On most hinges, you only have the short little screws. But on this one, they had the long screws. And if you think you're going to try to fix it just by putting a couple long screws right here, thinking you're going to suck this jamb over far enough, think again, because you're having to try to push the whole hinge in up against the wood. So can you see that by pulling it out, doing it the other way, it gives you a much better chance of sucking the door jamb over. Okay, that's one hinge, but I want to do the top one too. And normally on an 8-foot tall door, I try to do the top 2 hinges. On a 6'8" door, you're only going to have 3 hinges usually, and a lot of times I only have to do the top hinge. Okay, and if you try to do the top hinge and if it doesn't suck over far enough, then you can try the middle one as well. Okay, so now I'm going to get up there and do the same thing with this top hinge.